What's up, sports bettors? Friday night, we got the 76ers bouncing back. I did not expect that. We have the Mavs bouncing back. And I have three mathematically profitable player prop bets from the OddsJam positive expected value page for tomorrow. Simply looking for value in the odds. So the first bet available is Curry under 3.5 made threes at 3.77% profit margin, right? So we can see Pinnacle, the sharpest sports book, granted a bit higher market width here, 46 cents in market width, but they're only giving you plus 129. We're getting plus 155 on Caesar Sportsbook. So a lot of value in this bet. So the best positive EV bets, they won't last forever. So we got to move quickly to get in on this, and we'll take a stab and go down to total 3-point field goals. Curry under 3.5 plus 155, and we'll hit this bet. So this will be the first bet that we lock in for tomorrow, and it's Curry under 3.5 threes. Then we'll go through the sports betting math of why we like this bet. So Curry under 3.5 made threes. The profit margin was 3.77%. We staked $250. So the profit margin of our bet in dollars is 943. Just the EV percentage multiplied by your amount staked. So 943 in profit margin on this bet. You can see they went ahead and they took it. And how did we get that profit margin, 3.77%? That's what we'll go through next. But first, let me add this bet to my bet tracker. So adding bets to your OddsJam bet tracker is critical. The bet tracker is 100% free. Just sign up for an account. And what's really cool about the bet tracker is not only does it grade your bets as wins and losses, as you can see right here, but it will also show you when you beat the closing line, right? So I bet Braves minus 1.5 on the run line on May 2nd, plus 185 odds. The market closed plus 168. So I had positive closing line value, as it's called. So beating the closing line, you're not going to be able to do it every time. But if you want a positive net profit using OddsJam, then you're going to need a beat CLV percentage above 50%, right? You need to be beating the closing line over 50% of the time if you want a positive ROI and a positive net profit. Right? So you have to be beating the closing line. And again, it's not going to be possible to do every time, but the only sports bettors who make money long-term are consistently beating the closing line. So every night I like to go through and just check it out and see, did I beat the closing line? Did I not beat the closing line? Every sports bettor will have winning days, losing days, but this is what you want to see. Rangers plus 155, market closes plus 133, and the bet won. So that's pretty cool. So we'll go back to the plus EV page, and then we can run through the sports betting math of why we like Curry under 3.5 made threes. So you can see that the market on Pinnacle, the sharpest sports book in the world, is plus 129 minus 175. So what we can do is we can take their market and put it into a zero vig odds calculator. So this is the most important calculator, most important page on OddsJam. So you should read through this text and make sure you fully understand it to get a sense of how sportsbooks make their odds. So the way that they do that is the sportsbooks have a model that spits out, the probability Curry gets over 3.5 made threes or under 3.5 made threes. Then using, their model percentage, they spit out zero vig fair odds. So this is the fair odds if there were no juice. If sportsbooks didn't want to make money, what would be the market? And it would be plus 145.7 on Curry under 3.5 made threes, minus 145.7 on over 3.5 made threes. A fair market means the plus number is exactly equal to the minus number. But of course, sportsbooks want to make money, so they add in the vig. Which is why, it's very hard to find mathematically profitable bets and beat the closing line, because sportsbooks have that inherent advantage of the vig, the juice, the spread that they are charging you as a sports bettor. However, because sportsbooks have different odds, it's still possible to find mathematically profitable bets. So what we're doing with the OddsJam plus EV page is we're just taking the market from the sharpest sportsbook in the world, removing the vig, removing the juice to figure out what are the fair odds, and then we're placing bets at odds that are better than the fair line, right? So once we remove the juice from Pinnacle's market, the fair line was something like plus 146 or whatever, and we're getting plus 155 on Caesars, which is the bet we locked in right here. So, that is a bet we're happy with, right? So all of my bets, all my 19 freaking open bets on Caesars, a lot of money on Justin Gaethje, are just straight from the OddsJam plus EV page, right? Just finding value in the odds. If you are consistently beating the closing line, then you are going to have a positive ROI and net profit. And of course, you'll still have down weeks, up weeks, but over the course of the long run, you'll make a significant amount of money if you are placing plus EV bets and consistently beating the closing line. You're not going to get rich quick, but you will make money in the long run. So then we have another bet, plus 155 odds, Al Horford under 1.5 steals plus blocks, as well as Jaylen Brown over 3.5 assists. I typically stop at, roughly 2.5% when I'm placing plus EV bets, but whatever, we'll hit these last two ones. So I get some sweat on the games tomorrow. Both bets are mathematically profitable. We have Al Horford under 1.5 made threes, or under 1.5 steals plus blocks. Such a random market that these sports books allow you to bet on. But hey, we're finding value, and this will be a fun one to watch and have a sweat on. So we can go down. And again, I don't know anything about Al Horford. I don't care about him. All I know is I am getting an incredible price on Horford under 1.5 made blocks, or 1.5 blocks plus steals. I literally don't even know what I'm betting on. But I do know that the sharpest book out there is only giving me plus 129, and I'm getting plus 155. So it's very similar to the circumstance above, right? We are day trading sports, and we are finding value in the odds. That is what you're doing with the OddsJam positive expected value page of mathematically profitable bets. So we went ahead, we locked this in just for 100. And then I'll add it to my little sheet tracking my profit and loss. And again, I'm going to click this little plus button to add the bet to my bet tracker, right? If you want to add a bet to your bet tracker, you just click that little plus button, and then you can add the bet to your bet tracker, which again is free. So you can track your closing line value as well as your profit and loss. And what's pretty interesting is you can actually see this bet that we just hit on Curry under 3.5 3-point field goals. If we go back here and then we go to player props, it looks like it moved down. So we can check it out. Total 3-point field goals, Seth Curry down to plus 150 already. They were like, yo, Alex, you're too sharp. You just bet at plus 155. We're taking it down to plus 150. That makes me feel good. That's a little bit of a confidence boost. So then we hit this bet, plus 155 odds for 100. And then we also have Jaylen Brown over 3.5 assists. So we can go back to the Celtics game, and let's lock in this bet as well. Jaylen Brown over 3.5 assists, minus 240 odds. And this one, why not? I actually like it. I like watching Jaylen Brown play. It's mathematically profitable. We're getting value in the odds. I'm going to go ahead and take it at minus 140 odds on Caesars Sportsbook. Jaylen Brown over 3.5 assists. Then I'll add these next two bets to my bet tracker. So we have the EV percentages. So this was Al Horford under 1.5 steals plus blocks. This was also at plus 155 odds. Very similar to the previous bet, 3.65% profit margin. We bet $100, so our profit margin in dollars is $365. And then the final one we had was Jaylen Brown over 3.5 assists. Went ahead, locked it in. I put all my money on these positive EV bets. It's very fun. It's very profitable. And, I believe in the product, and it makes me a lot of money. So I obviously follow it religiously. So a ton of bets locked in. Can't cash these out. Just having fun betting on sports. And then we have Jaylen Brown over 3.5 assists, 2.28% profit margin. So 2.28% profit margin, Jaylen Brown over 3.5 assists. And then we'll go ahead and get our total profit margin for all three of our bets is 24.48. 3 mathematically profitable prop bets, 3 player props, 24.48 in profit margin. Let's make some freaking money today.